We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, whoa! Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and SideScrollersPodcast.com. Happy Independence Day. Happy January 20th, 2025. Good to see you guys. Welcome on out. We've been live over on Rumble and Locals and Kick, but now we're live over on YouTube. We tried to be live over on YouTube, but alas, we got booted with the copyright issues. So now we're back on this pretty historic day to talk about everything that's happened and treat this like it's a regular show with a little bit of, world news and everything attached to it. Hello, Blabs. Good to see you.
Oh, hi. I have not seen you all day long. Hello.
That's right.
Hi,
Liberation Day. Liberation Day. Now, I don't anticipate us going a full show today, but, it'll be a truncated, abbreviated show because I want to be mindful of Flash this time, too, because he was hanging out watching us over on Rumble as well. So, hello, Flash. Good to see you. How are you, buddy?
Good. Hail America.
Hail America. Let's go.
Yeah, Trump.
Yeah, man. It's a big day across the world. We are live. We are, I'd say late, but we were live earlier. And once again, we had to pull from YouTube because we were getting flagged for copyright. We already have a warning on YouTube, and it's scary because we don't want to get a strike, because if we get a strike, we can't live stream, and if we can't live stream, we can't do our show. And nobody wins in that. So we had to play it cautious today, but we're glad you guys are here. We got a big show for you guys lined up. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the reaction to the Trump inauguration. Like I said, we just got done watching that. We're going to get into some stuff about games being boosted as far as their price, $100 games. What? And we're going to get into this TikTok meltdown. But we got a lot going on today, and we're glad you guys are with us. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. We're going to get straight into this thing. Yeah, man. I don't know. Just Blabs, do we want to do Today in Gaming History? Yes, we do. Of course.
Yes, I work hard on these lists.
Yes, extremely hard. All right, what do we got?
Okie dokies. January 20th, everybody. We have Medal of Honor Allied Assault releasing in 2002. We have Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2 releasing in 2004. And then we have Monster Hunter G releasing in Japan in 2005. Yay!
All right. Nice. Well, you know what's funny is I'm looking on our list here. Hitman 3 was released 4 years ago for the Stadia. Remember the Stadia?
No. What is that?
Stadia just kind of came and went. The Google Stadia. Do you remember that, Flash?
Yeah. It didn't last long.
It did not. All right. Well, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button, guys. We'd really appreciate it. Like I said, we're going hard today. We just went live. We didn't have any sort of pre-build or anything like that. We just went straight into it. So let's get into this, man. Once again, we're live over on Rumble, X. We also have Instagram, Kick, and Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Appreciate you guys popping in. Head over to SideScrollersPodcast.com. Why? Because we can't rely only on YouTube. We're going to need you guys. You're going to need your help, and we're going to have a bunch of stuff on that here very, very soon. A quick reminder, coming up on Thursday, we have the Real Game Awards. It's going to be big. I'm finishing the final cut of it today, and it'll be airing live on Thursday evening at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. So put it on your calendar, man. My boy John Kanji came in with the 1776 direct donation. John, appreciate that, America. That's a throwback as well, John. Appreciate that. He says, today is a good day. Thank you, John. Appreciate your support today, my man. And let's have a good day, man. Today is a big day. It is Liberation Day. So let's get into what we saw going on there. Now, I think there's a lot going on, a lot of reeing, a lot of people who are upsetting. Just Flash, let's start with you. Your overall thoughts on the inauguration of President Trump.
I thought it was great. He said a lot of good things, and I'm looking forward to what he does today. See, I'm sure he's going to sign a lot of executive orders. Looking forward to that drilling.
There was
and some rees. We should get some good rees today too.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. There we go. Yes, the rees are in full effect today, and we're going to get to that in a little bit for sure. And we're going to have some reactions. Blabs, what were your thoughts after seeing the speech, the reaction to?
I thought it was pretty well done. I mean, sure, there were some technical difficulties, but that happens like anywhere, anytime. Shit happens. I really like what he had to say. Like I said, I am of no political party. However, what he says sounds good to me, so I just hope he sticks to it, and let's just hope the other side doesn't try to thwart his plans every other second of the day. So actually shit get done. But yeah, and there are only 2 genders, by the way. Hi.
Dude,
just 2.
How crazy is that's been a controversial statement?
You know what's just so crazy to me, like, of that statement? So this morning I saw Twitter, and Australia has banned that you can't have like an all women's area. Like apparently like lesbians want to congregate and have an all lesbians group, and apparently that's deemed illegal. You can't not have men in it. And it's like, Jesus Christ, seriously, we can't have separation of men and women, like safe spaces. Are we insane? Now, I'm arguing that also men should be allowed to have men's safe spaces too, by the way.
Yes.
I'm not like a huge feminist or anything. I'm like, this is where we're at. We're like, wow, that's happening. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Well, wait, Bill 9, the general education guy, says that gender is a spectrum, though.
He's not even a real scientist.
I know, that's why I call him the general education guy.
Yeah. Dude, he was like, and it's a shame because he was everywhere when I was a kid growing up, especially in middle
The
school.
only thing he knows how to do is read scientific papers.
That's true.
Which
Well, he
is
can't even do
something
that.
everybody should be able to do. It's a failure of our education system.
Well, he can't even do that because he's picking and choosing which ones he deems as real and truth.
Well, that's okay. Interesting. I'm just like gathering things as we're talking about this, kind of the general thoughts on how people react to everything that's going on. So let's talk about this. This is from Defiant L's over on, and we know this is how people are going to be reacting to this, and we'll get to some of the positive reactions. We'll get to some of the negative reactions, but first over on Defiant L's, that they're not wrong. I mean, we know this is what. So
we could barely hear it.
That's fine. Well, we also have this one as well, which I know that this is for the most part how a lot of the gaming industry will be reacting today. Oh my gosh. You know that's the case. It's ridiculous. Do you know anybody whose worldview was shattered from the election? Because I do. I know people who they legitimately had to figure, like, they questioned their reality. The idea that, like, how come over half the United States thought this way? How did this happen? How did, like, people questioning their stance on life?
I've seen it. Like people I went to high school with. Now I haven't seen anyone I went to high school with in almost 10 years at this point, but it's like I've seen them post on Instagram during like the November election. I don't know if you guys remember when I got like blocked by that chick in my private Instagram. She was like, "Oh my God, and she went insane on me." So yeah, I've seen the reactions, but I don't actually know anyone personal because usually I cut those insane people out because I'm like, you're not healthy. Bye.
Yeah. Right. Well, I said this over on X, and I was just thinking this as we were watching the inauguration. Like, this is the people who are most broken by this are the people in the industry that we talk about on a day-to-day basis. The majority of the video game industry at this very second is that crazy meme of the super crazy libs screaming and after Donald Trump. You know, there's going to be people like this today who are just, oh, I can't even believe it. I can't even understand what's happening right now. And
Neon's comment down there is true.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He says they help make this possible back in batshit crazy, and he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all.
Parading around that nuclear waste secretary that was stealing women's clothing at airports. That fucking admiral. 2-gender admiral or whatever the hell it was. That shit helped make all of this landsliding happen.
Yeah. It's crazy. Montez says my prediction for the next 4 years, pain. and Minor Zircon giving us his flash. Are you watching the Red Rapture? I don't even know what that is. What is this?
Red Ranger Isekai.
Okay.
Yes, there's only 2 episodes. I liked it.
Okay. So let's just see some reactions from what we saw here. Antonio Bryant, which is really funny. He's kind of blown up on social media. This was kind of meme worthy. Did you guys see Mark Zuckerberg sneaking a peek while he was it's like, oh, maybe he's not as a robot after all.
We bullied him into being a bro.
No, he's still got the broccoli hair. He's not a bro. And he's a traitor. Can't be a bro.
What does he need to do? Like, what hairstyle, Blabs, does he need?
Oh, I think he should shave his head. An embarrassment for what he's done.
Just shave his head? Well, good on him for having a pulse. And by the way, very low cut. Just
Look at that black guy.
Yeah, that's pretty slutty. I'm gonna say for
He's like, ooh.
for a political inauguration, I'm pretty sure that counts as slutty. Like that's lace and everything. It looks like a corset. What are you wearing, woman?
The guy behind him's reaction, that black guy's reaction, is amazing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh. Well, then we have Dean Kane, friend of the show, who is in DC. This is what a day. Good for Dean. He's out there. Marty O'Donnell also at the inauguration. Clay Travis is a guy. He runs Outkick. He's done very well for himself. He sold Outkick several years ago. I don't know if you guys saw what he said, but about the speech. But I think he really nails it. He says this speech is the best speech Trump has ever given. He just systematically laying out exactly what he's going to do. No tiptoeing up to it, no apologizing. He's essentially ending everything Joe Biden did in 4 years in one day. Just nailed it, I feel. It was pretty cool to see. It was a strong speech, and he laid it all down. And then we also have Babylon Bee coming in. They're pretty funny. Elderly dementia patient cruelly evicted from home. It's raw, man.
Back to the basement.
Oh, Blabs with the evil grin right there.
I fucking love it, man. I saw that and I snorted.
It's pretty good stuff. And Cryptic says, "Stop, Craig. Showing me the meltdowns can only make me even more aroused." Cryptic, let's not make this weird, man. Oh my gosh. And Duranus came in and says, "Dear crazy lefties, daddy's home. Go to your room." Oh my gosh. Blabs, you said something. You said you don't have a political party, right? And Flash, you said that too while we were watching the inauguration over on Rumble, right? You said you don't know what you are, but you're not
a Democrat,
right? And I feel similar, right? And the idea that it's pretty simple for me. If you tell me that there's 2 genders there's men and women on one side, then there's 70 or infinite on another. I'm going to go with the side that has dudes and gals, right? It's pretty simple. I'm not a super smart or political dude. I just look around and be like, yo, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And I think that kind of describes our show here, right? So people are like, you guys so political. It's like, dude, I'm not the one who invented 47 genders and felt pronouns.
And said that white people need to lick black people's boots. Remember that when that happened?
Yes.
There was like people putting their boots up on crates, and all those white people were bending down and kissing their shoes and shit. And that was being praised. No.
Yeah. Listen, I've talked about this.
I'm anti whatever that self-deprecation shit is. Yeah.
I've talked about this on the show. A very big moment for me in my professional career was after George Floyd. And once again, I've talked about when world events happen, whatever platform I have, whether it's Screw Attack, whether it's Game Attack, whether it's Side Scrollers, I've always stopped down to talk about them. Right? These are world events that you should talk about. So we stopped down and we talked about the George Floyd BLM riots and everything. And in doing so, I was told during this podcast that I did with my former business owner and co-host, my stance was, look, I'm going to treat everybody equally, and I'm going to follow the way that Martin Luther King Jr. Thought. And I was told that's not good enough, and that I needed to apologize and do better. And that was so shocking to me. And you know who told me that, Flash? Liberal, white, college-age women in the community. They were the ones who were mad at me. And that was like the big, like, oh my gosh, like these people are nuts. And I couldn't comprehend it. And it literally ended a business. It ended a business because of that. And thank God it did, because I can't even imagine doing that right now. That's, so.
I
Crazy.
put that in the private chat. Somebody said, did that happen? This was going around as a great moment for the culture.
I'm pulling it up right now. Oh yeah. The licking of the boots. Yeah, for sure. This was, and like nothing about this makes sense. You see these people over here literally licking boots. I think we get really good 240p.
Yeah, I just
video
Googled
here.
white people kissing boots.
But like, what is this? Nothing about this makes sense, But we'll continue here as looking at the reaction. Now, once again, Neon pointed out, speaking of Neon, he pointed out that the CEO of Google was at the inauguration. Is this the end of the shadow banning of disagreeable voices?
No, this is just the mea culpa. I'm trying to get on your side now.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I still think there's going to be some shadow banning. Yeah.
It's happening right now.
How so?
YouTube?
Yeah.
Well,
it's happening to a lot of channels. My channel is a quartering channel. Ryan Kennel's channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's about everybody with channels like ours are getting a boot on their neck right now.
I mean, I guess technically we had today. That's why we couldn't show the inauguration,
Yeah.
I have not seen this. This is courtesy of X. Says this is apparently a Washington, D.C. bar, which is interesting because Washington, D.C. is like 93%.
It's very blue.
Super, like the darkest of blues.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how they reaction to this.
And will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend. Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. The Constitution of the United States. So help me God. So help me God.
Oh wow!
Damn. It must be like the one Republican bar.
right. Oh, from Alex Jones. All right. Yeah, right. And that's amazing to see. And yeah, it's like they're called the Republican bar, or the Red Bar, or something along those lines. Oh man, that's crazy. You know what's also crazy? Winterfell came in with the $49.99. Let's stink and go with that. Winterfell says the adults are back in charge. As a person who swore an oath to the Constitution, I feel very happy today. We are so back. Vance is a stud. Winterfell, thank you so much for that great support. Hey, let's paint the chat red today. Let's go, Winterfell. Thank you very much.
Do you know what that meme reminded me of? The video where, you know how people take that meme of that bar from years ago and they just put another meme over it and everyone's cheering and everything? I expect to see plenty of that in the next couple of days.
Definitely. Mr. Melancholy says, get some earplugs, everyone. Yeah, people are going to be reeing like crazy. Daniel Root says, Ames, Iowa, where I live, is very blue, but still mostly sane. It might be less sane over by the ISU campus, but I wouldn't know. I never go there. Well, that's a college campus. That's what we're doing. College campuses, they are the center point of all this stuff, the epicenter. A miner came in and says, literal white women ruin everything. Yeah.
And men.
Yeah, soys. Matt says, same thing happened to me during George Floyd. I had a former frat brothers and their wives try to find where I work so they can get me fired. Are you serious? That is
got a huge super chat.
Yes, we did. That's crazy, Matt. Also crazy is
Holy shit.
64.
I don't even know how to do that.
Game Master. Okay, get that out of the way.
We're gonna have to play this 4 times.
Just this should be a Montez.
Oh no, this even better. There's another one.
They're just right in the face. Oh my gosh. You know what?
Holy shit.
I agree. Let's go straight to Montez. Like
Yep,
straight
Boobs
up.
and Montez. I think we should do the Mario one. That one's my favorite.
Well, today's Monday.
Oh, well, never mind then.
We have different days for that. So Monday.
I want to see the
Montez.
Mario one now.
Ha!
All right, Monday. Mario Montez. It is.
It gets
Let's go.
I love that one. That one's my favorite.
Hey, give it up for Game Master Impier.
I think he deserves the Monday one too.
Montez wins. Perfect.
We got them all, baby. Oh man, Montez is the best. Hey, he says this was meant to be a Christmas gift, but better late than never. Much
Thank
love to
you.
y'all. That is incredibly generous. Thank you for the double Montez throwdown right there. How great was that?
Boobs
He
and
at least
Montez.
scored with us. Wow, that's crazy.
Double whammy.
Thank you very much. Don't even know what to say to that. Miner says, Blabs, those are women according to them. That's
Yeah,
right.
no, that's a fair point. The male feminists, they do as much damage, but are hardly ever discussed.
All right. So some people are not happy about this. Some people are not. And Blabs, you pointed this out. This is Bloomsbury books. I don't know.
Yeah, but I gotta do a little bit of a stand correction. So
Please.
if you wanna pull it up, I can explain.
Sure, please. What's going
So
on?
this is Bloomsbury. If you guys don't know, Bloomsbury is a publishing company in the United Kingdom, most famous obviously for Harry Potter. But they wrote down, though some say it's the most depressing day of the year. And then if you click see more, it'll tell you like why. It's like, we see it as an opportunity to look at the gorgeous books that are publishing this year. These titles have one thing in common. All the proofs are blue. So when you just see that at face value, you're like, holy shit, is Bloomsbury actually taking a dig at the US? And like, they're a British company, right? So it's like, stay in your own lane. But however, someone, because I had quote tweeted this, someone had commented saying that it's like a depressing day, like the last January, or like the 4th January, the 4th Monday, I should say, of January is the most depressing. So there it is. So like, they did a terrible job with it, because like at face value, you can automatically just think and talk about the inauguration, but no, they're apparently it's like some depressing Monday bullshit. But I kind of see it as a little bit of a swing.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you at all.
It's a
I
very
think-
bad way of phrasing it, especially on today. I'm like, your timing is impeccable here.
yeah, you probably pick a better day to do that. For
Yeah, and I just feel like some SJW probably posted that instead.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of SJWs, it's very sad to see people within the video game industry who are broken. People that I've watched and enjoyed their arts, enjoyed their crafts, enjoyed what they've made. Flash, are you familiar with Grant Kirkhope? Do you know who that is?
No.
Well, if you are a fan of Rare back in the day, then you would know.
was. Everybody was.
Yes, Grant Kirkhope was the one of the dudes who really wrote the music for Rare. And if you are a fan of the DK rap, Grant Kirkhope is he was the mastermind of the DK rap. He has not taken this very well.
I've been playing Donkey Kong lately. I picked up Donkey Kong Returns HD. First time playing it. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, he is that's the one on the Switch.
Yeah.
You
The
enjoyed that?
re-release
Cool.
of the re-release because it was on 3DS and Wii, right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
I
Well, he
skipped
said-
the Wii.
Oh, I played the Wii. It was good. He
I
said,
hate motion controls. Hate
let the
motion
shit show-
controls.
Let the shit show commence from Grant Kirkhope over here. Not happy about what's being thrown down here. And like, this is the problem. This guy's saying like that speech, what the fuck? Like, and he says not watching. That's the problem. You should probably watch it instead of being so ideological freak about it, you know?
Oh, he made Mario plus Rabbids. That's a great game.
Yeah.
Or he just made the music for it?
The music,
Oh.
yes. He followed up, says only 4 years to go. Then it's finally over, and hopefully a good set of midterms, right? Like, are these? Did he? I mean, he did clearly break these people so bad that they're just like there's got to be a countdown now to the day that has started to the end of his term, right? It started today, and he's got whatever it is, 1,500 days in his term. There's got to be
you'll be okay, bitch. We all got through Biden. Enjoy your 4 years.
Maybe 8. But what about,
He can't run for another.
Well, no, but he can.
JD Vance can.
Right. But have you seen the website to the White House, whitehouse.gov? Did you check this out?
I have not. You saw it, so I've been waiting.
Here we go. Looking like this. America is back. And I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to refresh this, because when you refresh it, it shows this amazing montage. Oh, no, it doesn't anymore. It had a crazy montage on it earlier, with like planes flying over the top.
Twitter.
What's that?
That's on his Twitter right now. If you go to POTUS's Twitter.
Okay.
Hang on. I'll get it for you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, just go share that. But pretty cool to see. Pretty neat. So there's that. What was awesome?
I got it.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I just went there, and it's him, got the planes flying over it and everything.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm going to mute it just in case of this music, but yeah.
Yeah. Get it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got planes flying over. It looks like a Call of Duty game. It's like, yeah, let's go.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Eagles
Patriotic.
flying. Like, you don't need music, do you? You just American flag, red, white, and blue.
What happened to all the colorful stuff?
Yeah.
On.
The only colors you need on our flag are red, white, and blue. We don't.
You know what
need
I'm
any-
excited for? Like the Christmas stuff that they do. Because remember how like last year the Christmas stuff was absolutely god awful and like super tasteless and tacky and like I'm excited for like something classy again.
Some of these articles. Trump executive order seeks to erase the existence of transgender people.
Yep.
Guess who put that out?
Dun, dun.
The San Francisco Chronicle.
Of course. Yes. This San Francisco. What'd they say again?
Trump's executive order seeks to erase the existence of transgender people.
Well, just gonna. So people are so scared.
He's gonna kill him.
They're so scared. It's crazy. What was awesome though? Look, John Fetterman. He's a Democrat from Pennsylvania. Is that right? Is that correct?
Yes. He beat Dr. Oz.
Yes. Of all
what a
people.
terrible fucking pick that was for the Republicans.
Well, he's had a very interesting sense of fashion as he's been a senator. It's pretty much been hoodies and shorts, and he rolled up into the inauguration in hoodies and t-shirts.
It's a Carhartt hoodie too. Hey, those are kind of expensive though. So
this is a senator. Oh my! That's hilarious. I mean, what are we even doing? It's crazy. But once again, Blabs, people are not happy. They're not happy at all. And there's actually an anti-Trump protest happening right now. In
All of
DC.
what, 5 kittens?
Well, now they're scrolling through Washington, D.C. Let's check out and see what's happening here. This is courtesy of Breitbart. I think that's how you say it, Breitbart.
Yeah.
They are not happy. They clearly aren't happy that, I mean, it looks like there's that...
Wait a second. You notice how like they're all waving flags that are not of the U.S.?
Of course. Yes.
Yeah, all the time. Because everybody should be doing better but us. This is why it's like they're like the party of depression, these people. They want you to feel bad. They want you to hate who you are. They want you to love everybody else but America. They want you to hate America. Fuck these people.
Well,
My favorite thing is them saying like no for like misogyny and all that stuff, but then they have that flag and it's like, well, see you later.
Right.
Socialism beats fascism.
And look, hey, count the masks. Count how many of them are in masks.
Most of them wear masks so that they can throw bricks at you and not get in trouble.
It's mostly to get out of jail.
You know, I'll say this. I hope that that's something that's removed from society really quick. The idea that, it's for my safety. Nope.
Accountability is nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should get jobs. Well, actually, some of them are paid to be there.
Yep.
So it is a kind of a job, I guess.
Kind of. Yes,
Yeah.
kind of. Well, Blaz, what'd you put in here?
Oh, that's just from The Verge. It's like an article about how a new censorship platform, social media is upon us now with Trump.
The fear mongering has begun. Here it is.
Well, I don't know if it's that. I mean, they're like, our tech overlords have a problem, and like it's like all of them.
Okay. All
It's
right.
a couple hours old, but honestly, I'll just give a tease for tomorrow. Tune in again tomorrow because we gotta talk about social media censorship tomorrow, guys.
I'm sure that we will have tons of meltdowns tomorrow for sure. Like
It's already happening.
Yeah. Well, if you pull them up, let's take a look at some of them. And one of them being Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill. Disney Star Wars Mark Hamill begins week-long symbolic protest as Trump returns to power, and nothing of value was lost. So this is from midnight. Here's the thing. Apparently, he tweeted like 8 hours later.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
Yeah. From midnight
Well,
tonight
tweeted, he's over on Blue Sky with the rest of the
Oh.
Predators.
Okay. All right. So he did a 5-day blackout. Oh, is this the thing now? We're doing the black symbol? Did he have a social media manager come in and make a black symbol for him so he could post it over on?
What is that, a crumpled up garbage bag?
Yeah, right. It does kind of look like that, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, he is not happy about it, and what a shame, huh? What a shame for him. And then wow, okay, this is interesting. Just thanks to Chunky Lover, I'm just looking at this for the first time. Over on X is anti-Trump leftists set up a guillotine. Okay, let's see what we got here. This guillotine for the president, huh?
What a pathetic turnout. The revolution is now. There's nobody there, bitch.
I would say there's literally dozens, but there's literally not even a single handful of people there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Well, good for them. Jesus. And that's what we're dealing with here, man. And they all work in the video game industry.
They should all line up and make sure that guillotine works.
Yeah, just check it out. You never know until you got to check the blade to see if it's really, really sharp. Well, that's amazing to see. And if you guys do see any meltdowns over the next day, 2 days, week, please tag me in them over on social media at Stuttering Craig. I'd really appreciate that.
Me too.
Yeah, Flash will make all the videos about it.
I'd like to play them on Saturday for sure.
Hey, Nylock came in and says, I rarely get to see the show live, but I have today off work. Thanks for always being a bastion of fun and common sense. Hey, that's really nice of you, and we appreciate that. Bastion of fun and common sense. We do have a lot of fun on this show, don't we, Blabs?
Hi, yes.
Don't we? Hey, Six Strings came in and says, hello, normal men. Happy Inauguration Day. Dropped by Lady Desiree on her green platform. Can't type that. They don't let you put kick on it. That's crazy. And request some patriotic pieces for her to play. And let's celebrate this wonderful event. Let's go, Six Strings. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Des is great. Montez came in, says, Mr. Hamill needs some special medicine. Dr. Montez prescribes a gut wrench power slam followed by a top rope splash. Montez, thank you. Soon as Soul Silver says, if you want to see meltdown, just watch Canadian politics and you will see a lot of it, especially with their own crumbling government. Oh my gosh, you guys are nuts up there. Crazy. SD0 came in with a 5 over on the direct donation side, says, so what were we talking about before the past 5 years? Oh, I remember. Always donate via Streamlabs and make sure you drink your Ovaltine. That's right. Thanks so much, SD0. Great to see you, man. Aiden says, in the words of Ice Cube, thank God the gangster's back. I'll be wearing my MAGA hat and MAGA shirt at home. I'm working on my PowerPoint project to display for a couple of G2s and normal men. It's about Biden's failures. I'm extremely proud to be an American. Good for you, Aiden. Good for you. Well, I think we're all a little prouder today. Miner says, there's 4s of people there, Craig. That's right. There were literally 4s of people at that protest. And then we have Cryptic says, I keep on telling you, Craig, the more meltdown you show me, the more lotion I'm buying. Cryptic, you're so weird. You're so weird. Also weird, but not so weird. Ian came in with 10 gifted memberships. Ian, thank you so much for that. I'll let you handle that today, Blabs. Thank you very much, Ian. Appreciate that. If Kirsha's hanging out in the background during her stream, we can pull her up as well. A little bouncy bounce from Kirsha. Ian, thank you so much. If you guys got gifted a membership today, make sure you say a thank you and consider paying it forward. Thank you, Kirsha, for popping in. By the way, Kirsha will be a presenter at this year's Real Game Awards, which is this Thursday night. Looking forward to that. Speaking of the award show on Thursday, as we transition away from the Donald Trump stuff, which I think we all agree today is a good day, right? Let's just put a pin on that. Blabs, you got any closing thoughts on that?
Nope.
On the inauguration?
Go get him, Tiger. The end.
Go get him. Flash, you got any closing thoughts on the inauguration of Donald Trump?
Let's make America great again.
Matthew came in and says, I've said it before and I'll say it again. What makes America great is what's going to make Canada great. The next 4 years are going to make America the greatest country on earth and Canada the second greatest country on earth. All right, Matthew, good luck with that, man. I hope it works out. Hope it works out, man.
I hope you guys get that Pierre guy.
My favorite video of him is him eating that apple.
Yeah,
talking
he's
to
just
that
eating
reporter.
the apple. Yeah,
he's like, so
said
who? Are you
who?
talking about? Yeah, right. Just
Who's
really,
what did I say?
just basic common sense right there. It's awesome. Basic questions in response. Tech Support Gaming says the perfect play for the for the night in 2028, Ivanka Trump or Tulsi Gabbard for president. Force them to choose between first female president or the message. I want to see how many of them sacrifice their ideals out of spite and make themselves into hypocrites. Oh, that's all of them. You kidding me? Tech Support? All of them. All right. Speaking of hypocrites, let's actually get into some, like I said, we are going to do somewhat of a normal show today. It's going to be an abbreviated show because we just spent about an hour watching the everything going on over on the Rumble side with the inauguration. Couldn't do it over here on YouTube, but did want
that hard news.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, you're right. You're right, Flash. It is time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It is Flash. Time for hard news. All right, Flash, we have a big show coming up on Thursday night with the Real Game Awards. But we saw this coming off of the Trump inauguration. The Snoop Dogg was set to perform at the inauguration. Did you hear about this?
I watched it. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny seeing him up there after he said that he was going to beat the shit out of Trump supporters, but I'm okay with it. Peace and unity.
The unity party is real. Well, we had this, as this person said, hanging with the legendary Snoop Dogg, who is set to perform at Trump's inauguration. President Trump is unifying the country and will bring us into the golden age. Welcome to MAGA, Snoop. Well, you know who didn't like this? Paul.
I commented on that.
Well, he came in, and this is the reporter for, Forbes, and actually nominated for worst game journalist this year at the Real Game Awards.
Excellent.
And he said someone's not getting invited to the Game Awards here.
He can't win that, though. That's got to go to Alyssa Mercanti.
Well, I guess you'll find out on Thursday, won't you, Flash? But you can see down here. And he said, oh, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke, guys.
Oh, it's always a joke after everyone shits on it.
That's right. And as Endymion says, so you admit the Game Awards is a leftist echo chamber, right? And Paul responded with, says, I mean, obviously the industry is mostly very liberal. And if I say very liberal, it's like super liberal. This is not like a secret. This is also clearly a joke. But sure, make a video or whatever, which I'm sure Endymion did.
Thanks for letting us know that the industry is a leftist shithole. Yeah, there it is. There's my
right. Yep, right there. And Hypnotic came in, so you admit the Game Awards is an establishment that requires your submission to leftist ideology in order to be able to participate or be invited. It's an odd thing to admit publicly. Bold strategy for sure. Almost as if access media is a thing. Correct, Hypnotic. You are right on it, man. So that's pretty amazing to see that it's everybody's known it, but he's saying the quiet part out loud. Flash, you got any thoughts on that outside of what you posted over on X?
No, I mean we all knew, but it's funny to see him say it out loud.
It is odd.
And it's true. He probably won't be invited back.
Oh no, 0% chance. Do you think that the one thing that we've seen from the Game Awards in general is the last couple of years they've taken politics out of it. I will give Jeff credit for that. It's pretty much just about the games. So good on Jeff for that. But you can always tell who's in the crowd by who is invited. And I agree. I think that Snoop Dogg probably won't be making another trip back to the Game Awards. So it's like a veil. You know who's in the crowd and who's not. So all right. Let's move on to the TikTok saga over the weekend. It was quite interesting. But before we do, Miner says, just a reminder, Mercante has IBS. Okay.
Were you going to touch on the Code Violet people?
What was that?
They dropped that tweet saying that they weren't going to put their game on PC because of sexy mods.
Oh, I did see that. Maybe you'll hit on that tomorrow. I think maybe we will. We'll see. But yeah, that was pretty funny. Let's talk about this TikTok thing, though. This is from NBC News. Now, let's talk about the saga associated with that. Now, we're not on TikTok, but we've been talking about the TikTok banning that was going to happen on the 19th. Then it didn't. It lasted 2 hours, and it was like you saw the absolute ring associated with that. But Blabs, you actually wanted to bring up CapCut because we have, in addition to not just TikTok, we also saw Marvel Rivals be banned, which was weird. And CapCut,
wait, what?
Yeah, anything that was under like ByteDance umbrella, basically, from my understanding, it was banned. And the thing is, CapCut is actually still banned. I've checked it this morning and it was still banned. Let me just check again right now. But yeah, CapCut, if you don't know, is like an editing software. A lot of people use it on their phones. I use it on my phone, and yes, it's still banned right now. I just checked. It's basically really good for on the go. It's like quick, simple editing. It's free, but there's also paying subscriptions that you can do too. So my question was, now because it's currently banned, but people paid for this shit, how does that work? And I've been trying to Google this. I can't really seem to find a whole lot of answers on this, but it's like, so you pay for a service, but you cannot currently pay for it, or like use it, I should say. So like what then? What, like, do they send out partial refunds or something for people who are affected by it? Because just think about it. You're currently editing something. You have this big project lined up on CapCut, and all of a sudden you can't go back into it, but you have something due in a couple of days or whatever, like YouTube videos or for work or whatever the purpose is, and you paid for a subscription. How does that work?
Okay, so once again, CapCut is just a video editor from your phone.
Well, no, you can use it. It's a video editor, but you can use it on desktop too and on your phone. It's an actual video editor. I use it. Lots of people use it. It is owned by ByteDance, like I'm saying. And there are like tiers where you can pay. So you can use the free version or the paid version, whatever it is. So my question is, like, how does this work? You see all the prices are right there.
Right. That's a good question. Does your membership get canceled immediately?
Yeah, that's a great question. Like, I use the free version, so I can't answer any of this stuff. And I'm also wondering too, because in Instagram you can do like subscriptions where like you pay like $4 a month or whatever, and you get like unlockable content from a certain Instagram user or whatever. Is that the same with TikTok? And if that's the case, you were affected for X amount of hours. Does that also, like, how does that work? Because all of a sudden now you're paying for something you can't use or access. So like, there's so many questions here, and I don't really see a whole lot of people talking about it.
Well, I guess we'll find out when your billing cycle comes around, won't we?
Yeah, right. I mean, again, I don't have TikTok. I don't have CapCut paid and all that. So like, I gotta wonder what's up. But I also wanted to point out another thing that was very odd this weekend was that right before TikTok was getting banned, I don't know if people use Instagram, but they kind of modified their stuff to resemble YouTube and Instagram. So the Instagram changed their Reels limit to 3 minutes now, which is the same as YouTube. And if FYI, Instagram's owned by Mark Zuckerberg, aka Meta, Facebook, and everything. And then they also changed their grid layout. So usually it was like a 1-to-1 square ratio on your profile, and now it's slightly larger in between like a square and a 9:16 ratio, if that makes sense. So it's like it's literally adjusting to it to make it look like a YouTube or a TikTok or anything. And I thought it very suspicious that it was happening this weekend with TikTok. But then lo and behold, apparently Mark Zuckerberg was paying like a fuck ton of money to try to block TikTok. So that's interesting, isn't it?
Right. Well, there was Mark Zuckerberg who came in and I guess he was there, paid $7.6 million to try to ban it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, attempting. You paid that much money just to attempt something. Can you imagine how much money this guy has?
Yes, he's like the third richest person in the world.
It's
he's up there.
insane, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we know why all these little things were happening this week on Instagram. He was trying to prevent it so he could become the new TikTok. I mean, I get it. Business.
Of course. Yeah, business. I said Marvel Rivals was banned, but I misspoke. It's Marvel.
Yes,
I was going to
Snap.
say, yeah.
It's Marvel Snap.
Yeah, I was thinking the Marvel Rivals. Good game. A law banning Marvel Snap has been enacted. Yeah, and as pointed out by Jason, says also this law was clearly done by people who are ignorant of how this works. As a simple VPN is greater than a ban. Yep. And Jason says the TikTok ban is getting most of the news, but a lot of mobile gamers are now blocked as well. Nothing says freedom like blocking adults from accessing games. Yeah, doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I agree. I don't like that the government is banning platforms and all these things. I think and I get it. TikTok is brain rot and a lot of propaganda, but that's just not the way things are supposed to work. I want like barely any government.
Well, people really melted down. That 2 hours was amazing to see. I don't know if you saw.
We got to watch it live because it got banned 30 minutes before my show started on Saturday.
Oh yeah,
and Raging Rhino's on the show, and he's in Australia, so we were going through his Australian TikTok and watching stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was basically a party. All the people outside of the U.S. were like, "Hey, Canada!" And then the UK was all like, "Hey, I'm over here!" And then Australia was like, "Yo, I'm over here!" And I think that's hilarious because everyone was like, "Oh, hi! All the Americans are gone. Party!"
well, let's take a look at some of the meltdowns that were happening during this, because
I see some people in the chat. Yeah, we got down the rabbit hole of apparently Elvis's second floor. I didn't know that there were conspiracy theories attached to the second floor of Graceland, but there is. It's a big rabbit hole.
All right, sounds.
Trump went there apparently and saw a half-eaten sandwich on the counter.
What?
And then it was gone when he came back into the room, and I guess Elvis is still living there at 97 years old or however he would be.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
That seems to be the implication.
Well, TikTok was back up a few hours later, and they credited President Trump, which, by the way, no longer President-elect Trump. President Trump here says, in agreement with our service providers, TikTok is in the process of restoring the service. It's a strong stand for the First Amendment and against arbitrary censorship. We will work with President Trump on a long-term solution that keeps TikTok in the United States. We thank President Trump for providing the necessary clarity and assurance to our service providers. They will face no penalties, providing TikTok to over 170 million Americans and allowing over 7 million small businesses to thrive. One of those small businesses was James Charles. We've talked about this guy on the show. Do you remember this dude, Blabs? James Charles?
No, I don't remember him.
38 million followers. And to see how quickly these people flipped because their favorite platform was removed. Check this out.
I gotta keep it real. I am crashing the fuck out right now. I don't know what to do. Oh my God. I've already opened and closed the app probably 6 times already just to keep getting the same stupid warning message. Oh my God. Like this just this is so dystopian. First of all, I feel pathetic that I am freaking out like this over an application being unavailable on my phone, but also like this is
called addiction
for the last 6 years. And normally when something happens, I would get on TikTok and start complaining, and I can't even do that. I feel like disconnected. I feel cut off from the world and my community. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy. God, and I can't, like, now I'm rooting for Trump? Ew! God, like, make America fucking great again, I guess. God. I gotta keep
Wow.
it.
If you ever want to look what peak femininity looks like in men, there it is, everybody.
That's the dude who does all the makeup.
Yeah, you say he is pretty openly hyper gay. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's really amazing. But you saw these people who,
He's got addiction, and was like, he was in a car. I'm assuming he was in the back seat because otherwise he was driving whilst filming, and that's illegal.
Yeah, he was. It looked like he was in the back.
Yeah, I don't think he was in the driver's seat.
It looked like he was in the back seat.
His man was driving.
His man.
His bitch.
Well, I'll say this: if Trump banning TikTok or unbanning TikTok is going to sway your thoughts about him, maybe your convictions aren't as strong as you thought they were. Just going to throw it out there because of an app that was banned. And there were other people. I don't know who these people are, but people were literally crying because TikTok was banned.
It's really not fair that like they're banning TikTok, and I know it's dramatic as hell that I'm crying, but I just seen the video of the girl that made the renegade dance, and I'm crying because I read a comment that was like the algorithm saying goodbye to us, and I've been noticing that a lot over the past like week. Like all the trends that came in the beginning are coming back, and it just makes me really sad because it genuinely feels like our parents just came in the middle of a school year and said, yeah, forget all your friends, forget all the hard work that you did at this school, forget everything that you did. You're gonna have to start from scratch. And it sucks because it's like it's beyond TikTok dances, it's beyond all of that. Like we have put Black culture on a stage that everybody can appreciate. Y'all have shown me things about psychology and my family and my friends and myself that I would never learned in this lifetime. Like I don't really know, like, and
okay, so there's that one, and then you have a full group
and
over
to
here.
the U.S. government, I'm never forgiving you for this, and I'm never gonna trust you ever again because you just like that took away millions of people's income and livelihood, and who does that? So I'm never trusting you ever again with anything.
So I'm starting to give up hope that there's going to be a Hail Mary moment at the end of this that's going to save this app.
And do you think that she's really happy that Hail Mary came from President Trump?
No.
I'm sure that's probably what upsets her the most.
Do you think she's overly emotional to just because she's got like such a huge forehead that there's more emotions in her brain or something?
Perhaps.
I'm just wondering, man. It's pretty stupid behavior to even post that on the internet. It's like you see yourself, and then you're like, let me just. Anyway.
Do you think she actually listens to Nirvana?
No, she has no idea who Nirvana is. None. No, it's
None.
trendy.
It's a trendy shirt to wear. It is.
That's right. It's a damn shame, man. It's a damn shame these people are so reliant on an app. And look, I get it. Look, we make our living off of YouTube. We make our living off streaming. That's literally what we do. And I would be upset if YouTube was to go away, right? But I don't think I would go on another platform and be crying over it. The first thing I'll do is I'll try to figure out what the next plan is, but hey, I'm not an emotional bitch. So there's that. But I did see this, and I thought this was pretty freaking funny. This is a tweet from Alex Goldman over on X. Says, if TikTok really dies, the account I'll probably miss the most is this dude who plays GTA 5 on a motorcycle in his underwear, antagonizes other players into chasing him, and then takes a jump that is easy on a cycle but would destroy a car.
Wait, since we're celebrating too, I'm going to put this meme in the private chat. It's a champagne I'd like to recommend if you're celebrating the inauguration.
Okay, sure. Let's check this out. Well,
Jesus.
Can I show this on stream?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've showed it on mine.
Ouch. Ouch. All I can think of is E.T. going, oh.
Oh my God.
It's the Kurt Cobain.
Oh, that's rough.
I hope she's okay. That's so bad. She probably broke her nose at least.
Yikes. Holy
Rip.
crap. Funny. But there was some good that came. And I'll say I've been really hesitant to get on the vertical trend of content. That's just weird to me, you know? And I'm it's probably hurt the show if I'm being very honest with you. The idea of not doing enough vertical like custom stuff just for vertical content. But this was pretty funny. Once again, this is it says if TikTok really dies, the account I'll probably miss is the dude who plays GTA 5 on a motorcycle in his underwear and antagonizes other players into chasing him, and then takes a jump that's easy on a cycle but would destroy the car. I watched this yesterday, and I got to be honest, I laughed. It's pretty funny. Check this out. He kicks her car, flips him off. Gets him to chase him. I'm guessing they're doing like some sort of IRL thing, the role playing.
Yeah, I guess that's a lot of people like doing that.
You see their car just take off. Pretty funny. And he keeps antagonizing them. These idiots over here chasing this guy around in a motorcycle. There's an entire channel around this. I don't know why this is so funny to me. And he keeps going. And these guys keep chasing him. Oh my gosh. He's doing wonders with his camera work here. He's gonna go right to the edge. Make the jump. Let's see what happens with this car here. Oh, nope, there they go.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. He flicks them off. Look at him flick it off. And then he peels off. And
the air horn.
Oh my gosh, it's brilliant. Brilliant. I love it. Love everything about that. Well, rest in peace, TikTok. You've been resurrected like Jesus. And now we're here. For now.
Better make a deal with Trump.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We got the got to do the 50-50 split. Oh man, that's crazy.
I guess they didn't Elon Musk, was it true Elon Musk was trying to buy it?
I don't know. I think there have been a lot of offers that have been thrown down as far as what to expect from from Elon Musk. I think a lot of people are anticipating Elon Musk owning TikTok, at least the American side of it by the time this is done. That'd be crazy. Blabs, you got anything on that?
I don't know what to make of all this stuff. It's really weird and like dystopian shit that we're banning apps now and all this stuff. But I just don't like TikTok, and I would just wish it would just disappear without any government reach. Does that make sense? Like just shoo.
Yeah. All right. All right, let's move on. Let's talk. Like I said, today's gonna be an abbreviated show. Let's hold on to the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 stuff to tomorrow, Blabs. That's a bigger discussion, which I think will be good to have with Razor on the show. But I did want to hit on this, which was, and by the way, Flash, if you need to roll, by all means.
I'll stay for this last story.
Okay, cool. Do you want to do the then Flash? What do you want? You want to do the $100 video games, or you want to do the Donkey Kong redesign?
Are you talking about the tech demo for the Switch 2?
No, well, no. Let's go to the $100 one because the redesign is just kind of a video quick hit here. Let's go to this story here. Okay, there was a story from VGC, which is an independent outlet, has 20 million views over on X. And it's really got a lot of people riled up. As the headline over on X says, a video game industry analyst said that there is hope in the games industry that GTA 6 could cost up to $100 so that other companies could raise their default prices as well. So the idea that $100 for a video game in 2025. First and foremost, we'd love to hear your thoughts before I get to everybody else's. Flash. $100 video games.
Well, if you remember, some games used to be that much. Phantasy Star, I forget which one, was like $100. But that was for cartridges. It was different time. I think people will still buy that game at $100. I mean, it's Grand Theft Auto, but you're gonna kill your sales for a lot of other games. No one's gonna pay $100 for what's that game, Code Violet, that's coming out. That piece of shit that they were calling PC gamers sexist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one's gonna pay those prices for those games. You're gonna kill your market.
Right. It's interesting to think about, because if they're looking to raise the default prices up from,
and that's a base game, by the way.
Right. Well, and how long did it take for the base price for these games to go from $60 to $70? It took 15 years.
Yeah.
You know, and they want to raise it from $70 to $100. I mean, there are exceptions. Like, I remember Super Metroid, I think, was $69 in 1993, which adjusted for inflation is probably well over $100 at this point. And I remember thinking at the time, that's insane, right? I don't think the default for all games should raise at all. But I think there are exceptions to the rule. I do think GTA 6 could sell for $100. I really do. And I think people would buy it. But I do think it'll have massive adverse effects. RGT said this over on X. And he said, if you raise the price to $100 in standard, you'll be selling a fraction of what you do now. Think of how many games are flopping at $60 and $70. If you need to charge $100 for your game, cut your budget. Shit like this is why the industry is going to crash, and already is.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I've said this for a while. I feel that obviously the inflated budgets for these games is one thing. Then the marketing on top of that. When we get into video games here on Sideshows, when we get into actually developing video games, we're going to have a small team. I don't know, 5-6 folks, and everyone's going to have their vision for a game, and we're going to release those games. We're going to have 5-6 months development cycles. We're going to be firing and going and blowing and doing quick turnarounds, and everyone's going to get their game made, and certainly not going to be charging $100 for a game. Maybe $100 for all of them. I don't know. We'll see. But the budgets associated with these games are silly, and I think RGT is 100% right. You know, just it starts internally. You got to cut your budget when it comes to this. If you have to charge $100 to make money on your game, people will not buy that game unless it's a rare exception, like a Grand Theft Auto. What game would you pay $100 for, Flash?
A retro one.
Which one was that?
Like maybe like Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
The first one for NES today. Not even back then I wouldn't have paid that. I'm not paying that for a new game. I don't care what it is. That's fucking ridiculous. Especially when they're going to want you to pay for DLC and
I was going to
in-game
say
cosmetics.
It's not even like when you buy the game, it's like the final version. They're going to be like, update this here, connect to the internet. So you're not even really paying physically for the real game. So yeah, I wouldn't buy something for $100, no.
Well, this was pointed out, and this is very true. Back in the 90s, Killer Instinct, $87. Donkey Kong Country 2, $80. Earthbound, $90, right? What you don't see in here, and these were like some of the top games, some games were $20. Some games were $30. So there was a balancing act. These were the exceptions. If you look at these, every single one of these games, with the exception of Uniracers, but Uniracers actually had some hype behind it, every single one of these games would be considered a quote-unquote classic today. Every single one of them. So these were the exception to the rule, not the rule. So the $100 video game is...
they would drop the price eventually. Remember when they had like Classic Series or what did Nintendo 64 call theirs? Player's Choice.
Yeah, the Player's Choice. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And they would be like $40 after a while.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then Destin chimed in on this. This is actually from last year when this was talked about as well. He says, Some game prices are raised to $100. You now limited how many people can afford your game and your sales. I don't think raising game prices will even make a dent in the problem because it's cost prohibitive at some point. And very AFK over here on X says, I publish video games for people who like video games because I like video games. Said the conventional logic is that players are not as price sensitive as people think, but this applies to 40 to 60. They say it doesn't make a difference. So the idea of price sensitive between $40 and $60, leaving $100 when quality can't be trusted would be suicide, especially with the declining in marketing avenues. The problem with a more modest inflation increase to 80, for example, is that you're still fighting for screen time in a crowded market where there's less and less screen time each year. So operationally viable, raising antithetical to the screen time problem. This is essentially what's so messy about the industry at the moment. You need to invest much larger sums to compete, but it's the screen time and less shelf space. There's a lot less screen time than there ever was shelf space. So risk is higher than ever, crazy levels. And I think that's really, really well put there. The price of it is very important, but you're also competing against every other piece of entertainment. So
Ubisoft is salivating at that $100 price tag.
Oh man, are they? You mean we could sell for $100? Whoa.
Just keep doing what you're already doing with those 3-day early access things. Like, if people want it, they'll pay for it. Look at what college football. That game is still, I think, the best-selling game of the year. And a lot of people paid like $100 and some bucks for that 3 days early. I'm okay with that because the base game is still the regular price. You just got to wait 3 days.
Chat, what game would you pay $100 for? And I know some of you said none, right? Some of you have. It always comes down to perceived value when it comes to this. Speaking of value, Ian came in with the 50 euro monies. Says, imagine just discovering that the government takes your income. That's right, Ian. Oh, man. There's that. Did you see the viral video of the kid getting his first paycheck? And
yes,
he's looking at it and he's like, oh, no. And he's like, the realization hit him that he's like, I'm going to make $10 an hour. And he realized he's not making actually $10 an hour. It's so sad. Ian, thank you so much. That is incredibly generous and much appreciated. Also much appreciated. Miner came in and says, guys, they didn't ban the platform. They banned ownership of American companies. All they had to do was divest. Thank you. Victor says, wasn't he involved in grooming of young boys?
James Charles.
Yes. The Trilla says, that man is super zesty. Epsilon came in and says, my niece who was against Trump became pro-Trump when he said he was unbanning TikTok. The next generation are cooked. Wow. Oh, my gosh. That's crazy. Speaking of crazy, Crazy D says, Blabs the Savage is making my day.
You're welcome.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Spoon Ninja says, did someone say my name? Yes, Spoon Ninja. We always say your name. Alabaster Scarf says, at long last, it's finally Jover.
I think of the meme with Kamala Harris. We did it, Joe. Shame we deleted that one. We could have used it for today one last time.
Oh, yeah, we did delete that one. Shane came in and says, if Dustborn doesn't win Game of the Year, I'm calling shenanigans, Craig, and I'll take my membership to a more homosexual streamer like Jeremy. Sorry, it's not even nominated for Game of the Year, Dustborn is, but it is nominated for Shitty-Ass Game of the Year. So make sure you tune in once again Thursday night for the Real Game Awards. Miku says, attention to unauthorized, prepare for evacuation. Uh-oh. Don't tell us when you got to poop. Jesus is here, look busy. Says the only game I pay 100 monies is for Command & Conquer Generals 2. Rest in peace, Westwood Studios. Grizzle Shack says, did anyone check if Elon's account was streaming Path of Exile while he was at the inauguration? It's funny stuff. And Nathan says, it should be noted that a lot of these $60 games were not bought at full price. They were bought in Steam sales for
true.
Yeah, that's very true, Nathan. Very true. Vincent says true VR games like Tron or SAO would be worth $100. Thank you, Vincent. Anime Guy says the entire Medal of Honor series remastered on PS4. Ooh, interesting. And Gear came in with a bunch of IDRs. Says 100 US is too expensive for video games with an expiration date, especially for a piece of hardware that'll last forever. Thank you, Gear. And Mojo says, back in the 90s, you owned your games. That's right, Mojo. And thank you again for your gifted memberships over on Rumble today. That was great. Okay, so I know this is an abbreviated show. No, it wasn't even at our regular time, but we'll be back again tomorrow when we're back at it. I appreciate you guys popping in today. Tomorrow's going to be a real interesting show. Ray's will be joining us today and tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about a lot of the insanity around this stuff. I feel like you got to address the elephant in the room. So make sure you guys tune into that tomorrow with Razor. I know I don't want to, but we got to. All right.
Gooner Gate.
This whole thing is so stupid.
It's ridiculous.
So dumb.
Buy your titty game. Don't buy the titty game. Who cares?
Yep. Appreciate y'all's support today, man. It was great. And GME, spectacular with the $400 super chat. How generous was that? Guys, thank you so much for your support. We will be back at it tomorrow at our regular time, 11 a.m. Central Time. It's a great day to be an American today. You guys have a great rest of your day. And go check out Flash's channel, obviously Blabs' channel. And, of course, you'll find me over here. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.
Fatality.